Today we're going to chat about all things cold therapy. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Christine. I'm a certified skin therapist, an intuitive acne coach, and the founder of Skin Discovery. So why do I want to talk about cold therapy today? Well, for those of you who live in Canada with me here, it has been a really intense heat wave this week, and so I have been getting really relieved with doing my cold therapy practice, but it's also so amazing for inflammatory skin conditions. So I wanted to pop on here and just share what it is, who it benefits, and how you can easily incorporate it into your routine. I'm gonna finish off by demoing these really awesome cooling facial globes because these have been giving me lots of relief during this heat wave, and I think you'll really benefit from them. So I'll do a little facial demo at the end for you. So what the heck is cold therapy? Well, that's when you apply a product or a tool cold on the skin, so between 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. And what that does is the nerves will sense the cold, and that will pull fluids away from the skin and restrict the blood vessels. And so what happens is when then the skin returns to its normal temperature, the blood will circulate more flowingly through the skin, and that will provide nutrients needed for skin repair and rejuvenation. So when we're looking at things like acne breakouts, it's really great to get that increased blood flow, but first by decreasing the inflammation associated with that breakout. So this also comes at a timely manner, this video, because I was chatting with a new client yesterday who was using her drying spot treatment incorrectly on her breakouts. And so I thought I'd mention that here today because it's something that I find is so common when I'm working with new clients. So the common misconception is that as soon as a breakout surfaces, like, let's throw on that drying spot treatment. And in fact, you only want to use it at the whitehead or pustule stage. So when the lesion presents a white gnarly head, that's when you want to use your drying spot treatment, because it's at that time that the drying spot treatment, whether it's clay based or what have you, hopefully it's clay based and not alcohol based, but that it actually helps to dry out the propionine bacteria in the lesion so that it speeds up the healing process. So what do you do when you're dealing with just like a red raised papule, such as this one here? Cold therapy is the answer. And so cold therapy can be a really great treatment at just reducing the puffiness, the swelling, but also like the pain that's associated with some of these breakouts. So we'll definitely get to that. So cold therapy, now that we know what it is, and I'll show you how to use it in a minute, but what are the benefits and who does it really benefit? So if you're somebody who deals with any kind of redness on your skin, so whether that's just because you have like more of a sensitized skin right now, your barrier's a bit impaired, or you have a rosacea flare up, cold therapy is an awesome treatment just to provide you some relief. It's also fantastic if you have melasma, and that's because when our skin is really warm or hot, so we spend a lot of time outside, it's even showed that the evening when you're actually out of the sun, just because your skin is quite warm, that the melanin will start to continue to be produced. And so we want to stop that oversurge of melanin so that we don't get that increased hyperpigmentation that is associated with melasma. So cooling down the skin can be super beneficial when we're treating things like hyperpigmentation, melasma, but also, that mark that's left over after a breakout forever? Well, that's usually due to prolonged stress, whether that's internal or external. And so by cooling down the skin and cooling down that lesion, you're actually helping to speed up the healing process. So cold therapy is amazing for acne for sure. Who else is it good for? Any kind of swelling or puffiness. So this might be an odd one, but if you're like me and you have a little bit too much salt in the evening, you may wake up with like puffy eyes. This would be an awesome time to use cold therapy, and simply splashing your face with cold water isn't really going to do the trick. So you do need to expose your skin to cold for a little bit longer. So at least 3 minutes, if not 5, to 10 would be ideal. So also too, you'd have had a good night of drinking last night, you wake up and your skin's feeling a little bit swollen, a little bit puffy. That would be another great time where you can use cold therapy to give yourself some relief. So with that being said, how can you use cold therapy in your skincare routine? So the easiest way to do it is you can take like your serum, or whether that's your, a product. So your cleanser, your toner, your serum, whatever it is. I prefer serums. Pop them into the fridge for 10 minutes and then throw them on your skin that way. Applying them cold is gonna have a little bit of that anti-inflammatory effect. Because the product is staying on the skin as it's cold, that is going to help decrease that inflammation. Another great way to incorporate cold therapy is by using ice. So when we talked about that papule type lesion, the one that I'm dealing with right now, that's gonna turn into a whitehead here shortly, you can just take like just an ice cube and just take like a paper towel or any kind of thin towel. You just want to wrap the ice in the towel. That way you're not applying the ice directly to the skin. And what you want to do is just apply it on the lesion in intervals. You could totally do it for as long as the ice cube will last. Sometimes I do this if I'm watching a movie, for example. I'll just sit there and kind of ice my breakout. But what you don't want to do is freeze the tissue. So make sure you're giving yourselves breaks and you're doing it in intervals so that you're not freezing the tissue and actually harming the skin in the process. So this is another awesome way that you can use cold therapy in your skincare routine. But my favorite way to use cold therapy is using these really awesome facial globes. In this heat wave, it has been such a relief to have these globes around because you can use them with all your skincare products. And what's really neat about cold therapy is that, you know, when I mentioned that the fluids will get pulled away from the skin, well, if you think about that pulling action, it acts kind of like a vacuum for products as well. So when you're applying a serum to the skin and you're using it with cold therapy, what's happening is that your product is actually penetrating deeper in your skin and therefore working more effectively. So super neat using it that way. And what's really interesting as well is that when the nerves of the skin sense cold, it actually activates our parasympathetic nervous system. And so that will decrease stress and increase calming neurotransmitters that help to calm our mind and our body as well as our skin. So therefore it makes it a really relaxing treatment that you can really use anytime that you're feeling stressed or you just want to spend some time on yourself. So today I'm going to demo these cooling facial globes using a serum that my skin needs right now because as you can see it's a little bit congested. So the vitamin B3 and zinc serum is really great for this, niacinamide and zinc, just to heal some of the breakouts, control some oil production, also decrease some of that redness associated with the one breakout that I've got going on right now. So an easy way to apply this is just with clean hands. You want to apply about like a pea-sized amount, just really not a lot. And you want to apply it using the length of your fingers, not your palms, because if you do that, the product is going to absorb in your hands rather than on your face. So you're just applying this really gently and lightly. And I'm going to go in with another pea-sized amount for my neck because the neck deserves just as much attention as your face. So you got your product on there. You're gonna grab your facial globes. You just pop these into the fridge for 10 minutes. It's super quick and easy. And what you wanna do is start on the neck. This is just a really easy massage that I'll show you that you can use really anytime. I'm gonna do 3 passes just to show you, but feel free to do additional passes. I mean, you can do up to 15 passes if you really wanted to give yourself a nice massage, a longer one, so totally up to you. It feels really nice. And then you can start on the chin. So if you're using more of an oil, it's gonna have a little bit more slip in the product, so it'll be a little bit easier. You can see I'm kind of rotating the globes because this serum here doesn't have as much slip, but you can really use it with any product that you want to increase penetration of in your skin. So this is also fantastic for decreasing under eye puffiness. So just by, you know, really slowly applying these globes to the under eye area, it just feels so good, but it really helps decrease that puffiness. And so now you can do to the eyebrow area. Going down to the temples is really nice. On the temples, especially if you're dealing with tension headaches, you can use figure 8 movements and it feels fantastic. Very relaxing. I'm gonna put myself to sleep doing this. And then last but not least is the forehead. So really simply, without knocking these together, like you can just go across the forehead. Just like this. I can already feel my nervous system calming right down. And like I said, I'm only doing 3 passes just for the demo, but typically I would do 6 or 9 just to give myself that increased time with the cold. One last pass. So there you have it. I hope you found this interesting. Cold therapy I find is not really talked about often. Obviously it's great for summertime, but it's even great in other months when we're dealing with inflammatory conditions. So definitely give it a try, whether it's popping your products in the fridge, using ice to calm down those breakouts, or using something like these awesome facial globes. This could be a great way for you to incorporate it on the daily. When your skin is feeling a little bit puffy, inflamed, or when you're just looking for some calming relief. So if you want to see more videos like this, please leave me a comment of what you'd like to see. I'd love to, produce what's relevant for you. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video so that I know what more videos to create for you. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.